So, Anu, that MCQ types, all questions, did you get any time to have a look on these 15 questions? This is from the model question paper of June 2025. The one which you are seeing right now, it is set to 1 June 25 model question paper of our institute. Or shall we go through all those questions now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. See, we are in this, that 15 MCQ questions. I will share this one. Yes. So we will quickly have a look on all questions today. Only you have joined, so we'll complete this question paper. While repairing factory shed, few goods were supplied along with labor service, whether it is a composite mixed works contract or none of the above. So below is the reference of our study material. So you can have a look directly from our material also. Is there from page number 264 any other MCQ types are there? You can quickly have a look on other questions also. Just for that reference purpose I kept this. So now while repairing the factory shed, few goods supplied along with labor service. So it is already mentioned, like along with the labor service, the goods are supplied. So it is related to works contract service. So the definition of works contract also you can see here. What is the meaning of works contract? Contract for building, construction, fabrication, completion, erection, installation, fitting out, improvement, modification, repair, maintenance, renovation, alteration or commissioning. So commissioning of what? Whether it is movable or immovable, because if you see the below MCQ, it is related to movable also it is given, immovable also it is there. So please see, the works contract is for the immovable property, wherein transfer of property in goods is involved in the execution of such contract. So it may be in goods or in any other form as well. So here what you can remember two things is, all you needed to mention, that is building, construction, fabrication, completion of any immovable property. So it is not movable, you needed to remember it is related to immovable property. So while repairing the factory shed, few goods along with labor means it is related to works contract service. So the next question is, see, every time related to import, you will definitely get one or other questions. So now what you are seeing is related to import of services. Mr. Dhoni, a registered person from Mumbai, received architectural services from one of its associates from UAE for his personal purpose, free of cost. The same was $5,000. The same was worth $5,000. So the open market value is 5,000. Thus, import of service qualify as a supply. So it is taken for personal purpose, and consideration, so it is FOC. FOC is free of cost. So two things, if you see in this picture, the diagrammatic one, what is mentioned? Import of services, if it is with consideration or without consideration. Our case here is what? Without consideration. So under without consideration, easy to remember is two things, whether for in the course or furtherance of business or for other cases. So we are and related or distinct persons. So registered person, he is receiving the services from the associates, so the related person. So it is without consideration. So the here it is mentioned as received certain architectural services from one of its associates for personal purpose free of cost. But what it is related, but not for in the course or furtherance of business. It is for personal purpose. So personal purpose free of cost, it is not a supply. So whenever you get any question related to import of services, remember these and note down somewhere in your working, because it is little you need to remember these points. Here we are in this we are into without consideration. Yes, be satisfied without consideration. Here the services taken from associates, so it is a related one. But the problem is, it is not for in the course or furtherance of business. So in that case, it will not be as a supply. It is not a supply, since not made in the course or furtherance of business. So I have taken some few illustrations related to import of services. So you will have a look quickly, like our associates of Chennai received consultancy services from a INC of USA. Both are not related person. So clearly given, not related and no consideration. So not related and no consideration. So where it will come? Other cases, because without consideration is fine, but not related. So it is not a supply then. So 11B, if you see, since party are not related, it will the same will not classify as supply. So that this simple diagram, whenever any questions, please make in your workings. So this will help you to choose the right answer. So the next one, Dhoni, a registered person from Mumbai, received architectural services from one of his associates. Okay, this question only from our reference material 265. The same thing only asked in our model question as well. So it is since not made in the course or furtherance of business. So this one, and one more thing, import of services by foreign diplomatic mission or consular post in India. So any services by the received by the foreign diplomatic mission. 1 minute. So it is what import of services by the foreign diplomatic mission. So we can refer this, it is an import of services. So you can go to our material 1. (276) here. So we have our exempted services also there. So 276 it is in. So we have the exempted services. So the services by the foreign diplomatic mission or the diplomatic agents, these are exempted from GST. So where we can see this foreign diplomatic, that is important here. I'll show you this where you can see. So it is entry number 59. So if the services are provided, okay, you are not able to see my screen.
Yes, that's
okay.
my name.
Okay, okay. Now you may able to see. So any services, if it is provided by the foreign diplomatic mission, it is exempted from GST. If where you should pay more attention is, suppose if we are providing services to foreign diplomatic mission, it is taxable. But if the services are provided by the foreign diplomatic mission, those are exempted from GST. So this is the two different things. Every time we may get mistakes over there. So remember that foreign diplomatic mission. If the services provided by foreign diplomatic mission, it is exempt from GST. If we are providing to foreign diplomatic mission, it is taxable. So this one is done, and moving on to the next one. Stylish, a modeling agency registered in Mumbai, having 10 models entered into a contract for beauty treatment of their models with Fair and Lovely in Delhi. But that beauty treatment done before fashion show in the city of Hyderabad. So what is the place of supply? This recently in the inter-class also we have seen, which one needs to refer. So it is both the service provider and the service recipient are from India only. So hence we need to remember it is section 12. And the question here is, if it is related to beauty treatment services, then what should be the place of supply? Location where the services are actually performed. So here where the services are actually performed, it is performed in Hyderabad. But the beauty treatment was done before a fashion show in the city of Hyderabad. Where the services actually done, it is done in Hyderabad. So the place of supply is Hyderabad. The same question, so from page 407, when you move on to the page number, no, you just have a look on other questions as well. There are beauty treatment related, still have other questions. Nawab, a person at Dubai, trained for the purpose of grooming of horse in Chennai. Find the place of supply. So where the services actually performed, that is the place of supply. Cut Limited, a hair cutting saloon services located in Mumbai. Dhoni from Jharkhand to Mumbai after appointment for haircut. So where he will be taking the treatment then? He is from Jharkhand, and why he is traveling to Mumbai? For the hair cutting purpose. The services provided in Mumbai. That means the place of supply is Mumbai. Okay. So there are other examples also I kept. No, this is question number 4. Previously what we have seen is place of supply. Now one additional thing. Obama of USA came to Chennai for personal visit, and he booked a room in Taj Hotel of Chennai. And what GST is liable to pay by Taj Hotel of Chennai? Their payment received in US dollars. So the person from US stays here for in a hotel for accommodation, and he made the payment in US dollar. In that case, what should be the GST? So the GST should be IGST. It should not be intrastate. If you are receiving any amount in foreign currency, it should be in interstate. So that means IGST is applicable. So why I kept here one more additional thing. It is 13.3. What is the nature of service? Service supplied to an individual represented either as service receiver or person acting on behalf of the receiver require physical presence of the recipient or the person acting with the supplier for supply of services. So again, these are the list of all the services related only. The place of supply is where the service actually performed. So where the service actually performed means, even if you see the famous actress Aish went to London and availed cosmetic or plastic surgery for her nose. Find the place of supply of service. So person from here, he goes for treatment to beauty treatment to London. So the place of supply is London, then GST is not applicable. It doesn't mean IGST is applicable. GST is not applicable. So I kept this example, so you will get more idea. So here the previous one is just opposite. So person coming to India, when he pays to the hotel, he pays in foreign currency. That means the bill will be raised with IGST and not with CGST or SGST. So this is one case. Then next one, Rule 30. So we have all those rules in the valuation of supply. So that in the taxable value of supply, we have seen Rule 27 to 31. So in that Rule 30, it is related to provides value of supply of goods or services or both on cost shall be dash percentage of cost of production or manufacture, or the cost of acquisition of such goods, or the cost of provision of such services. So Rule 30 says it should be 110 percentage. So this we will not forget, this always will be 110% of cost of production. So in the illustration, which problem we have seen, like we needed to prepare a cost sheet with the direct materials, labor and overheads, if any other cost which are directly related to production. So we derive the cost of production, on that we add 10 percentage. So that is as per rule 30. So the same is there in page 507. Then sixth question, the term used in the course or furtherance of business means it is used or intended to be used in the course of business. That is the answer. In the course or furtherance of business means what? Every person carries out certain activities regularly for running trade or commerce. So here there is an example. It is related to in the course means what? Furtherance means what? In the course meaning is what? Ram, a practicing cost accountant, carries out the activity account audit, filing returns, certifying documents. These activities can be performed, can be considered as performed in the course of business. So there is a different meaning for the furtherance of business. So furtherance means what? Person uses to think how to develop his business or carrying out new activities. So along with return filing or certifying the documents, suppose if he starts some additional thing for the development of the business, so like tax audit, GST audit, some additional services, then that will be furtherance of business. So levy of GST, priority sector lending certificate. So it is levy, it is under what? It is captured under reverse charge mechanism, in which section you will able to see? Section 9 subsection 3. Government will decide who is liable to pay GST under reverse charge. So that is section 9 subsection 3. So the levy of GST on priority sector lending certificate, it is based on the RCM, reverse charge mechanism. So then next one, when an e-commerce operator is required to register under GST. So you can have a look in the theory area and then we read it. TCS, details of TCS to be furnished by e-commerce operator. So unregistered supplier of services and now unregistered supplier of goods allowed to make supplies through e-commerce operators till the time their turnover does not exceed the threshold limit. Till the time their turnover does not exceed threshold limit. So when they are required to register, that means when he is required to collect TCS and his aggregate turnover exceeds the threshold limit, then he has to go for registration. So in this first two, you can see separately he is required to collect tax. So suppose I am an e-commerce operator, I am collecting TCS, that means whether I should go for register. Yes, I will go for register. Apart from that, is there any other reason? Suppose if my aggregate turnover exceeds the threshold limit, then we have to go for registration of GST. So this is one case, e-commerce operator. Which document to be issued by consignor instead of tax invoice for transportation of goods for job work? Which document to be issued by consignor instead of tax invoice for transportation of goods for job work? So suppose if I want to send my goods for only for job work purpose, then in that case e-way bill. So what we are saying, if you are moving any goods out of the factory, e-way bill is required, but still that is not required, and even I am not going to prepare tax invoice as well. In that case, if I am sending any goods out of my factory premises for job work, then delivery challan is sufficient. So delivery challan, where you can see e-way bill is an electronic way bill for movement of goods which can be generated on the e-way bill portal. Transport of goods more than rupees 50,000 in value in a vehicle cannot be made by a registered person without an e-way bill. So in definitely if your transaction is more than 50,000, it is required, but in our case we are sending it for job work only. So in that case, what is required? Delivery challan is sufficient. So you can see from page number 707 other related to e-way bill. So in e-way bill, the other thing which is important is e-way bill generation facility of a person paying tax under regular scheme will be blocked if he has not furnished return for a consecutive period of 2 tax periods. So this is very important. From the chapter e-way bill, you have 2 questions. One is, suppose if you are sending material for job work, then in that case delivery challan is sufficient. Another thing, in the portal your GST number will be blocked under what circumstances? If you are not filing for 2 tax periods, not filing the returns for 2 tax periods, then it will be blocked. Determine the price to be taken for computing deductive value. So deductive value means it is under which rule? Rule 7. So under deductive value, how we will consider the price? Determine the price, the greatest aggregate quantity. So here which one is the greatest quantity? 80 is there, 80, 50, 25 and 40. So which is the greatest aggregate quantity? 80 units. So on 80 the price is 90. So the price, determine the price means it is D90. So in the similar deductive value related only, we have one more question. Which of the following deductions allowed from value of imported goods? It is rule 7. So you need to have a look both method, deductive value and computed value. So now in this deductive value related, so under deductive value, how we are doing the valuation? Assessable value is calculated by reducing post importation cost and expenses, that is selling price minus selling commission, transportation, insurance and associated cost within India and duties and taxes paid in India. So it is in India only. You have to read this example. Selling price minus selling commission, transportation, insurance associated cost within India and duties and taxes paid in India. So the commission on sales in India. So that one is the deductions allowed from the value of imported goods. A person is engaged in a profession abroad, transferring his residence. See, till question number 10, we have 15 MCQ type questions. 10 questions are from GST and another 5 questions are from customs. So customs, this one is from the valuation chapter and this is from baggage. A person who is engaged in a profession abroad or transferring his residence to India after stayed abroad more than 2 years, he can bring used household items without payment of duty up to. So after staying abroad more than 2 years. So you need to remember this provision. So which one? 3 to 6 months. If the person stayed abroad 3 to 6 months, so without paying the duty, he can bring his household items up to 60,000 rupees. Same way, 6 to 12 months means 1 lakh. 1 to 2 years means 2 lakhs. And in our question it is above 2 years. That means he can bring his household items value up to 5 lakhs. So person staying more than 2 years, so he can bring his household items more than 5 lakhs. Sorry, not more than, up to 5 lakhs. See here it is up to 5 lakhs. So the next one, once dash is cleared for home consumption, the bond submitted by the importer gets debited automatically in the customs automated system and the details made available electronically to the jurisdictional customs officer. So it is generally for the home consumption purpose. What we do, once our material reached our port, say for example it has reached our Mumbai port. So what is the next action? I need to submit bill of entry for the home consumption. So once the bill of entry is submitted and the same gets debited automatically in the customs automated system. So that is what you might have heard about ICE gate. So in this ICE gate portal, it will get debited automatically and your amount payment also, if you have payment, it will get cleared from that portal and the material will be cleared for the home consumption purpose. So we have to see this page number 1127. That same is the questions are from our direct from our study material only. Full form of IIN. So where we have seen this IIN when we have gone through duty drawback. So in the duty drawback, if you remember, IIN means it is import of goods at concessional rate identification number. Import of goods at concessional rate identification number. It is the full form of IIN. So even the above one also looks similar. There additionally you can see concessional rate of duty. But it is not concessional rate of duty. import of goods at concessional rate identification number, that is IIN. So last question is, it is related to bonded facility. So who grants permission for manufacturing or other operations in the bonded facility? So if we want to do any activity in the bonded facility, who will give the permission? Generally it is granted by the Commissioner of Customs. So if you want to take any when the goods are in the bonded warehouse, so if you want to take or if you want to use the goods for other trading, manufacturing purpose, then we need to get permission from the Customs of Commissioner of Customs, and after his permission we can take the material for our manufacturing or other operations. So this is related to all our MCQ type questions. So now I am sharing it the problems. So we will see section B, all those questions quickly. So what is examine pre-packaged and labeled goods? So these are theoretical. We'll see this problems and then we'll see the theory. So these are very simple problems. Indian Railways provided following services. So we are able to see my screen, right? Sorry. So I just saw it is so if you see this working now, it is very simple, and you will not believe it has been asked for 7 marks. So this is from the study material, that same questions. Indian Railways provided following services. So what are the services, or what we need to do? Just we need to identify which services exempt from GST, which are taxable. So what is the exempted supply? If you book your ticket in the general class or sleeper class, then the service provided by the Indian Railways, they are exempted from GST. So if we are booked in this first class or second tier AC coach or third tier AC coach, then it is a taxable supply of services by the Indian Railways. So which you can see here entry number as well. Here it is, I think in Inter it is very simple, so we are not able to find. So just if you want to mention the entry number, so we'll see under which entry number it is there. So you can see here entry number 17. So see this question, Indian Railways provided following services. So what are the services they provide? general class, sleeper class, first class AC, second tier or third tier. So you have to see entry number 17, transportation of passengers with or without accompanied belongings. So the railways in a class other than first class or AC air conditioned coach are exempted from GST other than first class or AC. So here in our question, for other than first class means first class or AC class. So these are taxable. So the general and the sleeper classes exempted from GST. So how we need to solve this problem? So you need to mention general class and sleeper class exempted supply. So other first and second and third are taxable, 2, 20 and 30, it is 55 lakhs. So GST 5% which is given in the question. So on 55 lakhs 5% is 2 crore 75 lakhs. That's all the problem here is. So it is asked for 7 marks. So these all are from our material only, these problems. The next one is the goods manufactured by Ansh Limited exempted from GST effect from 15th January. Earlier it is 18% tax. Its inputs were liable to GST 12%. Following information supplied on 15th January. Input is there, in stock, in process and FG. FG, the input cost is 50% of value. And they have also purchased capital goods and the GST is 28%, and we need to see when the capital goods purchase date is. The balance in the electronic credit ledger 2,79,000. The department asked to reverse the credit taken on inputs above. However, Ansh contends the credit once validly taken is indefeasible and not required to be reversed. Calculate the amount payable if the balance in electronic credit ledger on 15th January is 20. So we need to show in two ways. We need to present our steps in two things. One is if the balance is 2,79,000, how we need to calculate, and if the balance is 29,104, how we need to calculate it. So I'll just see whether I have workings once again. So this is exactly the same which when we have revised, because I know this number is also not changed. Everything is from the material itself. So it's PPT or what? Okay. So not in this PPT. Yeah. So you can have a look on this related problem. page 595. So I'll just do, yes, we can see one by one. The department has asked for this to reverse the credit taken. So what we need to do, what is the balance which is lying? So here we still have excess ITC we have calculated. If the ITC receivable is 2,79,000. So in the other case, what is there in the electronic by way of cash, how much we need to pay? So we'll go, it is so simple problem. First thing is, we have seen what is the goods liable to, earlier these goods liable to tax 18%, inputs available 12%. So inputs we know it, input is that lying in stock is this much, and which is work in process is there, and FG is there. So only first we will focus what is the input in stock, that is 1,40,000, there the numbers are different. So what we need to do here, 1,84,000 into 720, then 97,184. So there is only small difference, 40,000, 20,000 they have changed it. So on 184, 720, so I will just take, so we can see the answer now itself. So first one is input, stock it is, then input, then it is WIP, then FG. So in ours the stock is how much? In the question 184,720. So 184,720. So how much is the GST? 12%. The next one is 97,184. So we can mention 97,184, 12%. Then FG also it is given. FG is 582,400. 582,400. So what is the GST? Into 12%. So we calculated for all these FGs and this thing. And in FG we have additional point here. The input cost is 50% of the value. So that means we need to add one more point, which is 50% of the value. So on 5,82,000, this into 12%. So this is the first three ones, stock, WIP and FG, it is completed. Now now we need to focus on the capital goods. So for capital goods, what information we have? The capital goods is 5 lakh and GST paid is 28%. So we have capital goods 5 lakh and GST is 28%. So when that capital good is purchased, it is purchased on 10th July 2024. Now today we are working on which period? The following information is supplied on 15th Jan 2025. So for how many months the capital goods GST is there? The GST, by paying GST 28% and the invoice dated is 10th July 2024. So now we need to apply as per the rule, like how many months, or even if it is a single day, it will be considered as a per month only. So here how many months are there? The useful life is 5 years. So if you see this common rule, you can see as per the rule, the life of the asset we need to consider here is the 5 years, that is 60 months. For the 60 months already we have consumed 5 months. So the remaining life is 55 months is there. So we are calculating as per the rule. So as per rule 44, you need not want to mention the sub rule and all. As per rule 44, the life of asset by default it is 60 months. That is 5 years. So the life of asset we have already predefined, it is for 5 years. So now if you see how many periods we have already used it, from 10th July to 15th January. So July we have used, from July to August, September, October, November, December, and in January also we have used it. So how many quarters are there? How many months we have used it? From July till August, September, October, November, December, January. So January also it is 15 days. So 15 days means we are considering that also full month only. So how many months has gone? 6 months has gone. So 6 months means from 60 minus 6 we have 54. So July, August, September, October, November, December, and it is in January now. So 54 is there, into 54 divided by 60. Sorry, where we are now. So in the bracket you mention it is 5 lakhs multiply 28% multiply it is 54 months divided by 60. So this should be your formula. So now we can easily calculate 5 lakh into 28% into 54 divided by 60. So it comes to 1,26,000. So what is the GST we have currently now is 1,94,772. So here what we have, we are liable to pay GST is 1,94,000, but we already have in our balance 2,79,279,104. So in this, how much is the GST liability we have? 1,94,000. That means still we have ITC excess 84,000 we still have. Same way there is another one question. We have ITC is 29,104. So you can maintain the same here, instead 29,104 you maintain. So how much you get? It is 2,50,000. So I did incorrectly, right? See here, whatever is negative is there, that is payable. You can mention ITC excess or payable within bracket. So it meaning is, if it is excess 84,000, still in your books you have excess ITC. If it is within bracket the payable, this 1,65,000 you need to pay to the department. This is the ITC input tax credit, and this is the GST payable. So in case 1 your ITC is 279. In that case, how you need to calculate? Or if it is ITC is 29,000, what is your GST liability? So if you see this question looks something like what is this 28 and what is this invoice dated and all. But when you start working and calculate, no, it looks very easy one. Like what is your input stock, what is your WIP and FG. In FG there is an additional information. The input cost is 50% of the value. So if it is 5,82,000, there is an input cost is also added, which is 50% is already included. So we are eliminating the 50% cost of the input. So on the balance we are calculating the GST. So after calculating the capital goods and everything, so the department asked to reverse the credit taken on inputs. However, he contends credit once validly taken indefeasible and not required to be reversed. So we are not reversing it, but we are calculating how much will be the GST, whether it is excess ITC is with this with Ansh Limited, or whether there is any payable is there. We are just calculating only these two scenarios. Here one formula you need to remember in Rule 44. Rule 44 says by default the capital, the life of the asset is 5 years. So how we purchased it for on 10th of July and we have utilized till 15th of January. Whether it is partial or full, like you started it from 10th of July only, it's not like number of days. You need to consider as a whole month only. So July, August, September, October, November, December and January. So it is 6 months. So we have calculated it is for 54. 54 is nothing but your remaining useful life of the asset. So 54 by 60, that means we still have 1,26,000 GST. So our GST total is 1,94,000. So that we already have ITC is there. So we have to calculate whether there is an excess or payable. So we can see, refer this problem as well. So what we have done on 1,44,000, 12% GST and 77,000, and on FG 50% we have reduced, on the balance 12% GST we have considered. Then what is our asset purchase date? 10th July. and the following information is on 15th of November. So asset date is when we have paid the GST, the invoice date is 10th July. So 10th July means July, August, September, October, November. So it comes to 5 months. We are considering it is 5 months only. So the remaining useful life is 60 minus 5, it is 55 months. So for the remaining months, what is our GST liability is there? 51,000. So we have calculated 1,06,000. On that, this 2,79,000 means you still have excess ITC. Here we are liable to pay GST for case 2, 29,000. So this is related to the ITC and the value of supply is there. Explain the provision of special audit. So there are two things are there in the special audit and the normal one. So I'll show you where you can see the theoretical one, where because this questions is also simple. So if you when you go through, no, it is page number 827. There are two sections. So when we studied for demands, section 73 and section 74, same way in audit also two audits are there. Audit under section 65 and audit under section 66. So section 65 is departmental audit and 66 is the special audit. So this departmental is nothing but your general audit, audit of business transactions and no specific reason cited. But in case of section 66, it is related to nature and complexity. So interest of revenue, is there any incorrect value of supply or any abnormal availment of credit? So this section 65, it is not a complicated and all, it is like a normal one. But section 66, if you see, they will start checking your input tax credit. Say for example, tomorrow when I start some company, I am the owner of that company and I have my business value is, say for example, 35 crores per month. And my as per my books in the input tax credit, I have some 1 crore. So what will happen? Tomorrow they will come for section 66 audit. Section 66 means what? Special audit. So who will conduct this? The chartered accountant or cost accountant appointed by the commissioner. So what they will do? They will check the items what I have captured in my input tax credit. So how that is come to 1 crore? They will start auditing it. So but for how many days they will continue it? There will be 90 days. They will do it for 90 days, but still that extension is allowed for next 90 days. So okay, they have conducted the audit. Now to whom they will report? They report to the deputy or the assistant commissioner. So they report to the deputy or the assistant commissioner. Then no, they will not provide you any notice and all. Special audit, they will not give you any notice. They will come directly to the company for audit. So the intimation to auditee, so once the special audit is completed, they will inform, the registered firm shall be informed. The findings inform GST, ADT means audit. GST form GST audit 04 and it will be borne by the department. Audit expenses by the department only, and opportunity of being heard when where material gathered during audit is to be used in any of the proceedings against the auditee. So once they have find something, say for example, I have taken input tax credit against a single bill, some 55 lakhs. What I said, my ITC itself is 1 crore. In one single invoice, I have claimed input tax credit 55 lakhs. So what they will do? They will give me an opportunity of being heard. That means they will hold my document and they will definitely call me and they will ask for the reasons for the audit related. So what is this invoice? What you have procured, for what purpose? Are you using directly for production? Or is this related to asset? Why don't you capitalize and claim for depreciation instead of showing and claiming in GST? So these types of questions they will definitely ask in case of special audit. So these you need to mention here, the provisions of special audit, the process how special audit is conducted. So now you might have got idea like special audit is what, who conducted by whom, and what are the number of days, these small things only. So the next one is distinct persons. So every time I tell like related persons and distinct persons questions are very important. So please have a look on the meaning of distinct as well as related persons. So the next one is time of supply. So we'll see this time of supply and okay. So we'll see this time of supply and we'll have Anu, you remember this particular question, which is Trinidhi exported some goods to LG. If you remember, this is related to the special cases. Like?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to refer that rule 32 here. Rule 32. So these rules, they are repeatedly they are asking. So this rule you need to remember. So I'll just I came to institute today. So I'll just log off from here. Then we'll connect tomorrow, Anu, because he has to log and leave for catching the bus now. So I'll stop till here. See, other questions are very simple one. This is related to, you started looking into this valuation of customs.
Yes.
Okay. Try, I will share this question paper, entire question paper. So you please try these questions. And so once you practice number of times only, you will not forget, because it is related to freight. Air means there is a provision